Good afternoon. How you doing today?
Fine, how you doing?
I'm doing good. What is your name?
Mattie Johnson.
Marion Johnson.
They call me Mattie.
Mattie. Big Mattie, right? Okay. Mattie, what is your favorite hymn?
What a friend we have in Jesus.
What's your favorite food you like?
Fried potatoes, fish, and cornbread.
Nice Southern food menu. Mrs. Mattie, what was your father's name?
Joseph Johnson.
Joseph Johnson. And what was your mother's name?
Emma Maynard Johnson.
And what year were you born?
1925.
You're 91 years old?
Yeah.
Do you remember how old your father would be right now?
I think 108 or something like that.
Okay, that's how old it would be. How many brothers and sisters did you have?
Altogether was 14 of us.
14. How many boys and how many girls?
There were 5 girls.
5 girls. What was the name of the girls?
Jeanette, Helen, Doris, Emma, and Mattie.
Okay. And how many boys was it?
There were Charlie, Edward, Milbert, Kenneth, Basil, and Calvin. Did I say Ernest?
No, you didn't say Ernest. Okay. So y'all had a house full, huh? So, how many are left now out of you and your siblings?
Only me and my sister Doris.
Words of encouragement every time that I talk to her. And I would talk to her often on the phone. She lived in Delaware, Steeples, Delaware, and you have to go across the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. And I don't drive across that bridge. Got a lot of faith though. But, she would always say to me that, James, she says, when we went to hang up the phones, I would say, well, Aunt Doris, I love you. And her response was, I love you more. Yeah. And that was one of the things she always talked about. She could remember people that she had 14, there were 14 of them. My mother was the youngest. And out of the 14, she can remember when they were born and when they died, including her mother and her father and great-grandparents as well. She had a mind that was right up until the time she passed. That was really, really remarkable. She did a great job with her grandchildren as well. Kevin, has been there with her.
So did everybody pass away at an old age?
No. I think the oldest one was 80. That was Uncle Bowser.
Uncle Bowser?
All the rest of them passed away at a young age.
Did anybody pass away at a real young age?
No. Only my two sisters. One got burned up in a house fire. The other one had some kind of disease.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And did we mention William Earl? Did William Earl die at birth?
Yeah.
So, Miss Mattie, how many kids did you have?
I had 9.
How many girls and how many boys?
5 boys and 4 girls.
What's the name of your girls?
Mary, Mattie, Mildred, and Edna.
And the name of your boys?
Calvin, William, David, Thomas, and John.
Okay. Let's start with the boys first. Thomas, what kind of person was Thomas growing up as a young boy?
He was a quiet boy.
Yeah.
Went to high school, played football.
Mm-hmm.
On a wrestling team.
Mm-hmm.
So he was quiet.
So Thomas was kind of a quiet type of guy.
Yeah.
Was any of your boys in the service?
Yes, Thomas graduated from high school, went in the Air Force.
Okay. And did he make it out successful?
No, he come down with a brain tumor.
Oh, yeah?
And he had to get out.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, he was going to make a career.
Okay.
What? Mother said 1980. Why you gonna put that on? Anyway, went to see Mama. Because I've been buzzed up for the last 3 days. Tried to be the first one down there. Had a seizure on the porch. She couldn't open the door. She had to go out the back door, out the back window. She said, Mama had to climb out the window to come back around to see me after she called 911. And wake me up. I didn't even know nothing. But she couldn't get out the front door because I was blocking the door.
Oh, you had fell out?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she had to climb out her window to go around.
Wow.
You remember too, don't you? On Mother's Day, I think I was like Like 25.
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
How was Johnny coming up?
Johnny was a little slow coming up,
Yeah,
but he made it through high school, special class.
yeah. How was William? William.
Oh, William was small as a tick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made up his mind that he was going to go in the army when he got to high school. That's what he did when in the army.
Now William, he moved to.
South Carolina. Well, he was shifted around, in the army. But his last place was South Carolina. That's where he met his sweetheart and got married.
Of a young girl making love.
Okay. So, did William pass away?
Yes, William passed away.
How many years ago was that?
I guess 4 or 5 years ago.
How was David Jones growing up?
Well, David was all right growing up. He went through high school too, but if he come out, he decided to just piddle around and pick up jobs anywhere he could.
Dave,
Yeah.
you the youngest child?
Hell no. You know damn well Growler and Tommy both and Johnny both, all three of them younger than I am.
So you're not the oldest, is you?
Hell no. Francis the oldest, then Denton next to her. Now Calvin the oldest. Then it's Francis, then it's Denton, then it's Mildred, then it's Bubba, and then it's me. And it's Tommy, Edna, and Johnny's younger than I am.
When y'all was growing up, what y'all used to eat?
Shit, Paul, we eat mush, cabbage, or beans most of the time for on the weekend. That was big days. We ain't had no goddamn pork chop, no steaks and stuff like that. We ate real poor.
Yeah.
String beans, and Mama used to can all kind of stuff during the summertime for the winter. Why you asking that? Didn't you, baby? Tell you that why?
And what Nana used to work at?
Mama done was work in people's houses, but sometimes she did just work the factory. Always working factories together. Oh, except Edna. The rest of us just did.
Yeah. Okay, let's get back to the girls. How was Mattie growing up?
She was smart as a tick. She got a job and stayed on until she retired. Over 20-some years.
That's good.
Don't act like you forgot. Bitch better take my money. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Bitch better have my money. Don't act like you forgot. Then what you owe me. Don't act like you forgot. Come on now, put your money on the bed.
How was Mildred coming up?
Mildred was smart too. She worked for the Board of Education. And then she went from there to the police department, where she just retired from the police department.
And then Sheila, when I worked over there in records,
You know, you were my mentor. You told me how to do things with, you know, the insurance companies, how to take care of the calls and all. And I thank you for educating me when I was there. And I hope I didn't let you down. I hope I made you proud.
How was Edna growing up?
Well, Edna decided to go with the FBI when she graduated. And she stayed there for 30-some years till she retired.
That is good.
Mary. Hey, Emma.
That's the only one I got too, the big face one.
Yeah.
And her.
Come on, go on here, picture of me, Emma.
That's the probably the same one you got sitting there to my phone getting too. They're the same. What is you doing, Rod?
Getting all this Redskin stuff for the documentary. Could let them know you're a Redskin fan. You got everything from the...
You know what?
You a real Redskins
Don't be
fan.
taking
I'm the
pictures
real
of all
Redskins
my
fan.
junk.
I'm not. No, this was... So, Miss Mattie, coming up as a young girl, you grew up in the house with your dad,
Yeah.
and did your mother pass at an early age?
And I was 2 years old.
Oh, you was 2 years old when your mom passed. So your dad raised you. Do you remember where your first house when you were living with your dad?
It was down in Friendship somewhere. Friendship, Maryland.
Friendship, Maryland. That's far as back as you can remember.
Mm-hmm.
So as you got older, when you left your dad's house, where did you live?
That's when I went to live with my brother Basil. My father moved out the house, and we took the house over. My brother Basil.
So you and your brother took the house over?
Yeah, him and his wife and 2 children.
What was his first child's name?
My brother Basil.
Yes.
Alice.
Alice was his first child? Mm-hmm. And what was his wife's name?
Lucille.
Lucille. At that time, when you were living with your brother, what was the name of your kids that was born? Who was your first?
Calvin and Francis.
Calvin and Francis was your first child? And from there, where did you move?
From there, I moved with my sister Emma.
With your sister Emma? And who was born at that time?
Mattie.
She was the only one that was born at that time. Who was your oldest child?
Calvin.
Calvin was the oldest. Who was your youngest child?
Johnny.
Johnny. Oldest boy and youngest boy. From living with your sister Emma, is she still alive?
No.
She passed away.
Yeah.
I hear something saying.
So Miss Mattie, growing up with raising 9 children, how was it like far as feeding the kids?
Well, by the time that Mattie got older, I had met a study boyfriend, and that's when I had more children. I finally moved into a big farmhouse where he was a sharecropper, raised tobacco. And we did pretty good. He had a garden. He raised all kinds of sweet potatoes, white potatoes, tomatoes, and we raised most of our food. We raised pigs, killed hogs. So we did pretty good on the living process with the children.
So the food was pretty healthy because it was food from the earth?
Huh?
The food was pretty healthy because it was natural food from the earth?
Yes, it was.
I guess that's why you look so good at your age. Now
We had garden. We raised our own pigs and chickens. Got our own eggs. And that's when I had John, Thomas, Edna, William, and David. And we lived pretty good.
God is good. Far as electric and running water, how was that?
We had electric, but we didn't have running water in the house. We had a pump in the backyard where you pump your water and bring it inside. Because we didn't have water in, but we did have electricity.
So you did have electricity?
Yeah.
That was in... What about your old house? Did you have electricity in your old house?
Not the one that I was living in before I moved in, the big house, we call it.
Okay.
The old house, little small old house, didn't have no electricity. So I used kerosene lamps. Kerosene also to cook on. And that's how I made it. We wasn't there but 2 years and we moved in a big farmhouse where we raised tobacco. It was a sharecropper.
Okay. Did you ever work for anybody in the area?
Yeah, that's all I did was days work. Cleaned houses, washed and ironed. I didn't do any cooking for nobody. I cleaned houses.
Okay. And what area was this in?
The Traces Landing. It was so close that I walked to work and walked home.
And what road was that on?
Franklin Gibson Road.
Do you remember any snowy days, real bad weather?
Yes.
You had to go to work?
Yes.
Could you recall any of them?
I had to walk home, walk back.
So the same thing with the kids. Going to school, they had to walk in the snow. How long do you think that was? How many miles?
Oh, what for the children or me?
For the children.
Oh, they did that, I guess, about 6 months until one of the neighbors went to the school board and told him because the black children couldn't ride the white children's school bus. And he went before the school board and told them about this, how our black children had to walk the same distance that the bus went, but my children had to walk to the bus, to the half a mile to the bus stop. So they seen that my children got on the same bus that the white children got on. And they all rode together.
So during these times, it was segregation?
Yes.
Could you go into white stores at this time?
I could go in the stores, but not the restaurants.
So you could go into the stores, but not the restaurants?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to go around the back to the restaurants, knock on the door, and they serve, you stand outside until they get your food ready and they serve it through the window.
Did you have any white friends that used to come and make sure that the kids and you were okay?
Yes. Especially the holiday, like Christmas time and Thanksgiving time, Always be a basket for the children.
Okay.
Someday at Christmas, men won't.
So, Miss Mattie, what kind of person was your father raising you at a early age, at a young age?
He was tough on us, though. He lived on a farm where we raised tobacco and corn, and we had to help in tobacco field, help in the corn field, help strip tobacco. And when the tobacco was sold, we got our little share out of the ground leaves, they used to call them. That was the leaves that fall off the tobacco in the field. And we could gather them up and tie them up and ship them, and that money went to us. But he had a nice old 6-room farmhouse.
6-room farmhouse?
Yeah, that was on the farm where he rented.
What do you remember what color it was, or was it just wooden?
No, I can't remember even what kind of paint was on it, but I know it was a nice, tight house.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a wood stove in the kitchen where we cooked on, and a wood stove in the living room that we had heat by.
Mm-hmm. So he raised y'all at the best that he could.
Yes, he did.
And he was good at it?
Yes, after we got older, the boys all left home because they didn't want to work on the farm. 2 of them went in service. My oldest brother, my youngest brother went in the army.
Mm-hmm.
And he took me out of school in the 4th grade and helped to work on the farm. Me and my oldest sister's daughters, we had to come out of school to help work on the farm.
So y'all got the job done?
Yeah.
And everything.
And Doss, how old you
For
is?
being 100 years old.
I'm 90 years old.
And living
90?
by herself.
Yes,
Her only
90.
daughter died.
A 9 and a 0.
So all she got is her.
Okay. Okay, so your father, Joseph Johnson, was a pretty good man.
Huh?
Your father, Joseph Johnson, was a pretty good man.
Yes, he raised us on the farm. And we did pretty good.
Do you miss him a lot?
Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
Especially driving that old Chevrolet up and down the road.
Okay, so he had a Chevrolet?
Romper, those kind with the romper seat in the back, what you call him. You don't see them now no more on the Western.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what kind of car it was, but I know it wasn't like these out here now.
Oh, yeah. Times have changed, huh?
Yeah. You had to crack them to get them started.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So now, you mentioned the big house. How was the big house, living in the big house?
The big house was nice. It was a big old farmhouse. And that's when I had my last 5 children.
Oh,
and that's where I say we raised chickens, raised our own corn, garden, raised turnips, raised hogs, killed our own hogs, raised chickens, killed our own eggs. We had a nice time living in that big farmhouse.
Now, do you remember how many rooms was in a big house?
Yes, there were 3 bedrooms upstairs and 3 down.
And 3 down? Did y'all have a fireplace?
No, we had a kerosene heater in the living room, 1 in the dining room, and a wood stove in the kitchen, and a gas stove.
How did you wash your clothes?
We had a washing machine, but no running water. We had electricity, but the children had to get the water the night before and fill up the washing machine, fill up the tub for wrench water before they went to school in the morning.
Now, that was one of them old kind of wash machines, right?
No, yeah, that was kind of old until they gave me a brand new. The Social Security, not Social Security, Welfare gave me a brand new washing machine. One that you use by electric.
Okay. But before the electric one, what kind was the older type?
They had to put the water in it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. wanted that thing so bad that day, but I didn't have enough money. It's, you know, stand on the floor. You see it when the radios are standing on the floor?
Mm-hmm.
In my days, you got a battery that long. I guess it cost for $3
Mm-hmm.
and put that in it. But now they're making them electric. Or they also, I think Francis still got one of them. They stand on the floor, but that tall. And they are so pretty.
Like a stereo system?
Yeah.
Mm. How you said the wash machine was?
They're round and wooden.
Mm-hmm.
And you put the water in, you had a stick
Mm-hmm.
that you work back and forth till you get your clothes clean. And she was a white family that had that.
Yeah. What age was you working when that started?
I thought maybe could have worked when I was 11 years old. You know what I made?
What?
$2 a week.
That's it?
And he made me give him one of them.
That was big money back then, wasn't it?
$2 a week.
That's big money, wasn't it?
It didn't get big money.
That was big money back
And I
then.
had to give him one of them.
One of the dollars you had to give
And I
him.
was glad to get it.
What did you spend your money on?
Candy.
Candy.
How long did you work in the field?
Oh, we worked in the tobacco field until my father got so he wanted to give up farming. He was getting too old. That's when he gave the farm up. And he bought a small house. And my brother took over the house, the farm that he was farming. And far as I know, after he got so he couldn't farm, he went to another place where he rented a house. And then he wound up living with me because he was sick. And he wound up living with me and my children. I did my best by it.
So you stuck by his side?
Yes, I did. I wasn't going to put him in a nursing home until he really had to go.
How old were you at this time? Do you recall how old you were at this time?
Oh, I was in my 60s.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. But he wasn't a papa, wasn't no trouble. I'd take him back and forth to the doctor just like girl would take me. He fixes the meals for me. He'd go back and he had a big chair just like this in his bed in the room for him to sit in. And he got along good.
What was one of his favorite foods that he liked for you to cook?
Oh, Lord, what was that like? Apple jelly, Lord, every time he go to the store. You don't see apple jelly no more in the stores.
Not too much.
He get up one time apple jelly, but he'd eat most anything else you could cook. But he loved apple jelly. It was good. I can't find it no more.
How old was your sister Emma when she passed? 40 years old? Okay. At this time where you were living in separate places?
No, that's when we lived at the big house.
Okay, Emma was living at the big house?
No, I was.
Oh, you was at the big house.
And James brought the children there 1 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, that's the night that Emma passed? How many kids were?
Let's see, there were Jean, Richard, Betty, Patricia, and Gladys. There were 5 of them.
Richard.
You talking about Aunt Bessie?
No.
Ain't nobody talking no ancestors.
She talking about with my grandmother.
Oh,
She talking
okay,
about my
okay.
mother's mother.
Okay. Daddy and Maybell.
Hey, Richard, what you say Grandpa used to let you do?
She talking.
I used to shave him. Aunt Mattie used to send me over there. You gonna shave Papa this week?
Yeah.
I said, yes, ma'am.
I know it's one way or the other.
I get on my bicycle,
More than once.
take my little satchel,
Mm-hmm.
my clippers in there. Yeah, he's on razor and everything. I used to take my clippers over there. Grandpapa had hair down here.
What?
Yeah, his hair used to go so long. I would go over there and shave Grandpapa with his razor. He had double-edged Gillette razor blade. And the most screw-up stainless steel shavers. I used to shave him. After I finished shaving him, I used to pull the skin tight so I wouldn't cut it.
Yeah.
When it get over, like your skin wrinkle, I used to pull the skin up like that so I can shave him real good. Just pull it very tight and shave him real good. After I finish shaving, then I take my clippers and cut his hair. And Grandpa would tell me, he said, come here, baby boy. Took underneath that mattress over there and the bed mattress. He said, give me that sock out. I said, yeah, sock. I'm like, what a sock for? I tie that sock and put that sock on there and pull a knot out of there. And give me like five.
Hold on.
Give me like 5 bucks. I'm there. Come back and shave and cut his hair.
Yeah.
So keep it to yourself now, boy.
Yeah.
So he told me, keep it to yourself.
And the night that your sister passed, her son brought the rest of the kids to the house.
And asked me would I keep him. And he didn't say if he was going to find a place for him or not. I just kept him. And their father notified the social service that she had passed and I had the children. Because I had 9 of my own. So I kept him till June or July. This happened in November. Of course, the social service found out. And that's when they came out and gave me a brand new wash machine to help out with the children. And they seen that I got a check for the children, and their father would give them some money, but not enough. They seen that I got money for the children. And I sent them to school. And all of them graduated from high school except Emory. Emory went to Liberty James. I didn't have him. But the rest of them, and then that's when the nurses came out round, but I think it was July, and said I had too many children in the house. And I had to get rid of some of them. So she took Betty, Gladys, Patricia, because I kept Jean and Richard. It was the only 2 that let me have. I kept 2 of them. She took 3 of them, placed them in foster homes. And I kept the other 2 and raised them.
Did you get to visit the other ones?
No, they was way down in Princeton. They were shipping them around everywhere. I don't know why. It was 6 months you find out somebody else had them.
That was very nice for you to take in your sister's kids.
Yeah, I took them in. I couldn't see my sister till outdoors. 1 o'clock in the morning.
Do you still think about your sister that passed?
Oh, my Lord, yeah. Her and I was real close. I often look in the mirror and see myself looking like her. You seen that one picture of her.
Yeah.
I often look in the mirror and see myself looking like her.
Out of all of her kids, who do you think looks like her the most?
I couldn't really tell you. I think Gladys got a heavy voice like her mother had. But They weren't bad children at all. Richard was kind of a little slow, but he managed to get through school. Him and Johnny became real close friends when I had him. But I did the best I could with mine and to try to raise him too.
How did you feel at that time, and how did the children respond?
Well, it was all right because they were sleeping on top of each other. You know, jammed in beds, and there were 5 more children with 9. I really had to make room for them. So I went on with the flow. But they really did help me with those children. They found homes for all of them. There were two girls was together. I remember that, Prince Frederick. Then the youngest girl was up in Glen Burnie. Not Glen Burnie. She was in Annapolis. Somebody had Gladys. I don't know who these people had Gladys, but they was in Annapolis. And Patricia and Betty was at the same house. James took Emory in. And Lawrence, somebody took Lawrence. I don't know, I can't remember that far back. But they all had decent places to stay. In them days, people was getting not as much money as they get now, but they were getting money to take children in. But now, I mean, they're getting all kind of money for foster children.
It's a big change now.
Mm-hmm. Their daughter said she couldn't do it.
She probably she didn't have the patience.
No, she didn't. Their daughter didn't have no patience.
Yeah.
But I had been used to it because I had my 9, and I know putting 5 more with them 9, and you know they all could get along together.
Mm-hmm. You was a strong woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much did the children help out around the house?
Oh, they did pretty good around there. They took care of their own laundry, and they did pretty good. And they are pretty close today, you know. Poor John and Richard, just like 2 brothers.
Yeah, that's good. How long have you been in South County?
Oh, God. How old are your mother?
68.
68. I moved in Anne Arundel County. I was living there before your mother was born in Anne Arundel County.
So you never experienced a city life?
No.
Never been?
No.
Out of your kids, who else hasn't experienced the city life?
Nobody but Johnny.
So it's just you and your son Johnny has never experienced a city life?
Oh.
Interesting.
Okay,